Welcome to lesson 10-9. In this lesson, we are going to be problem solving using different models. Open your book to page 433. Let's read the green speech bubble at the top of the page together. It says, Pam has 13 buttons. Julie gives her some more. Now Pam has 30 buttons. Use blocks or a number line to figure out how many buttons Julie gave Pam. Pause the video while you take a minute to try to answer this question on your own. Remember that you can use different models like drawing a picture or using a number line or writing an equation to try to solve the problem. Here is how I solved the problem. So, I decided to use a number line to figure out how to solve it. You could have used a lot of different strategies, but I chose to solve it using a number line. I knew that Pam started out at 13 buttons, and I knew we had to get to 30 buttons because Pam started with 13 and she ended with 30. So, here's what I did. I first added 10 to 13 because we know how to add 10 to a number easily. So I knew that if I added 10 to 13, then I would get to 23, and that got me closer to 30. Then once I was at 23, I thought for a minute. I thought, how can I get from 23 to 30? I knew that 7 plus 3 equals 10, so I knew that if I added 7 more to 23, I would get to 30. So then I added 7 more, and I got to 30. But the question is asking me how many blocks Julie gave Pam. So then I knew I had to add 10 and 17, the numbers that I added in order to get to 30 from 13. So I added 10 plus 7, and that equaled 17. So Julie gave Pam 17 buttons. Now turn the page to page 434. Let's read this section together. It says, Miko has 23 green marbles and 18 blue marbles. How many marbles does he have in all? How can I show the problem? Our friend says, I could use blocks, a number line, an equation, or drawings to solve the problem. Then he says, this is an addition story. I can draw tens and ones to show 23 plus 18. So let's see his drawing. He draws 23, which is 2 tens and 3 ones, and 18, which is 1 10 and 8 ones. He says, I can make a 10. Let's see how he made a 10 using his ones. He had 3 ones here, and he had to get to 10. So he added the 3 ones here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ones to the 3 to get to 10, because if we count them all, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So all of those ones together make another 10. So now how many 10s does he have? He has 1, 2, 3, 4 10s, and how many leftover ones? 1. So his answer was 41. He says, I have 4 10s and 1 1. Miko has 41 marbles in all. Now look at the Convince Me section of the page. Read it with me. It says, if Miko has 23 green marbles and 30 blue marbles, how many marbles does he have in all? Draw a picture to solve the problem. Pause the video while you take a minute to answer this question on your own. This problem wanted us to draw a picture to solve the problem. So I solved it in 2 different ways, drawing 2 different pictures. You only needed to draw 1 picture, but I'm just showing 2 different ways you could solve it. So the first way I solved it was using a number line. I started at 23. I knew that 30 was made up of 3 groups of 10. So I knew that I could easily add 10s in order to add 30. So I knew that 30 was 3 groups of 10, so I started at 23, and I added 1 group of 10 to get to 33, 2 groups of 10 to get to 43, and 3 groups of 10 to get to 53, which was my answer. So that's how I solved it in one way. And then the other way I solved it was by drawing a picture. I drew out the 10s and 1s. I drew 23, 2 10s and 3 1s, and 30, 3 10s. Then I counted the 10s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 groups of 10 and 3 1s, and I knew that the answer was 53. Now let's do the guided practice question together. It says use drawings to show and solve the problem. Then write the equation. It says Ellen has 27 stickers. Her brother gives her 26 stickers. How many stickers does Ellen have in all? So, we know that Ellen has 27. So, over here, they drew a picture of 27 stickers. Then our brother gives her 26 more. So here's our drawing of 26. So what problem are we doing? We're doing 27 plus 26. Let's write that here. 27 plus 26. In the drawing, they made a group of 10 using the 1s. Can you see that? So they looked at their 1s in both of the problems, and here they had 7 1s. In order to make a 10, then they needed 3 more, because 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 more to make another 10. So they combined the 7 and 3 of the 1s over here to make another 10. And then that means now we can count how many 10s we have in all. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 10. 5 groups of 10. And how many 1s? 1, 2, 3. 3 1s. So our answer is 53. Now look over to page 435. You are now ready for the independent practice pages. It's this page and the next page. Once you're done with both of the independent practice pages for this lesson, you can keep moving on and work on the fluency practice page, and then the vocabulary review page, and the reteaching questions for this whole topic, because you have finished the topic. Way to go!